à tous de DDO. Attention pour les décomptes finales. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage VAP. Décollage. La propulsion est nominale.
And we are off. Galaxy 30, Mission Extension Vehicle-2 and BSAT-4b have started their journey. He's telling us that the trajectory is normal. And we've broken the sound barrier, Damien.
Exactly. We are now traveling faster than the speed of sound, which is equal roughly to 1,200 km per hour. And the speed will continue to increase in the coming seconds.
And look at that, Ariane 5 is blazing a trail across the night skies at the Arianespace Center, heading out over the Atlantic. Everything's going according to plan. Right now, we are using the boosters to get us away from the gravity of our Earth, aren't we? They're doing all the work.
Yes, they are doing most of the job because they provide roughly 90% of the thrust today. It is equivalent to 13 jet engines for each boosters. And their job is really to push us away from ground and to provide sufficient velocity to the launcher. And we need a lot of energy to do that. Each booster burns 2 tons of propellant per second.
That's an awful lot. And if you look at the right-hand side of the screen, what you could see there was our distance from the pad. You could see our speed or velocity and our altitude. And you'll see it again in a minute. We can see the trajectory, which is the planned trajectory. There it is on the right-hand side of the screen. Our planned trajectory, and the white cross is the actual position of our launch vehicle. He's telling us that everything's going normally, and at the top of the screen there you can see our flight path. We are now losing the boosters. They have done their job, they've burnt their propellant, we don't need them anymore. The lighter we are, the faster we go. And if you look at the front, the top of the vehicle, that section containing the satellites, we call it the fairing. What's its job?
Its job is to protect the satellites from the outer world. First, at liftoff, because the liftoff generates a lot of noise, so it protects the satellite from this noise. And during the atmospheric flight, it protects the satellite from the friction with the atmosphere, which we call the aerothermal flux.
If you look at our altitude, you can see we're 100 kilometers above our planet. That means we've crossed the border with space, often known as the Kármán line. Getting closer now to being able to eject our fairing. That's what it looks like because we don't need it anymore, Damien. We're in space.
Exactly. The effect of the atmosphere is now very low.
So we don't have enough thickness in the atmosphere for friction to bother us. And we can see our satellites for the first time. At the front there you can see Galaxy 30 and MEV-2. And then there's a black structure, that's called...
You really need to know how to react if something happens. And then the second is you collect data and then you can know more about your launcher for the next launch.
And we have separation there of the main stage and ignition of the upper stage. This is very much off time for our engine of our upper stage. So we are on altitude and at the right speed, and we are now going into the ballistic phase, Damien?
Yes, we have a nominal confirmation for the shutdown.
This is what it looks like up there, that berth that you talked about. This is the scheduled separation for Galaxy 30.
Séparation Galaxy 30.
And we have confirmation there from the Range Operations Manager. Galaxy 30 has now started its new life in space. It's making its way away from the moon in the next few seconds. And there you have it. This is the scheduled moment for the separation of MEV-2.
Séparation MEV-2.
And we can hear there, we've had the confirmation?
Yes.
So that's good news. MEV-2 is now on its orbit and separated, pushed away via springs there. And we can see that
provide energy to the part of the CILDA which is jettisoned. And when we need it, if the lower spacecraft occupies a very huge volume, we can tune the balance.
A single satellite can do this in order to diversify the services, and they can also point at very specific locations on Earth.
And here we can see we're getting close now to the moment, the scheduled moment for separation of BSAT-4b. And this is what it looks like, the satellite being...
Séparation BSAT-4b.
And we have the confirmation there from the range operations manager. So this is excellent news. Congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to everyone at BSAT, to everybody in Japan, and congratulations also to everybody